The following message is not approved by any candidate or candidates committee. Jason Marshall here. You may have heard recently that Herman Cain supports implementing the fair tax as part of his economic recovery plan. If you haven't, it's one of his 5 points to restore economic growth, to fuel the engine that has stalled out in this country. But what is the fair tax, and why is it so great? Well, it's actually quite simple. It's a consumption national sales tax, which will replace the progressive income tax, and in doing so, would abolish the IRS. Now that's pretty cool, right? Now, don't worry. The income tax would have to be repealed through a constitutional amendment which would get rid of the 16th Amendment before any national sales tax would go through. The proposed tax rate would be 23%, but the inclusive prebate check would make it economically neutral to those making below the poverty level, and would eliminate the FICA tax. Those spending at twice the poverty level pay a fair tax of only 11.5%, a rate much lower than the income and payroll tax burden that they're bearing today. Additionally, the fair tax refunds automatically the tax on goods necessary for basic living, brings accountability and transparency to the tax code by eliminating special perks for those of greatest influence, and closes the currently existing loopholes. It ensures Social Security and Medicare funding, protecting senior citizens and those forced into early retirement. Perhaps best of all, it allows American products to be competitive on the international market by eliminating the taxes which drive up their cost, creating opportunity for greater profit on exports and therefore helping to ease the deficit crunching us all. The fair tax replaces federal income taxes including personal, estate, gift, capital gains, alternative minimum, also known as AMT, Social Security, Medicare, self-employment, and corporate taxes. For a family of 4, an annual consumption allowance of $29,140 would bear an annual prebate check of $6,702 or $559 per month. With the fair tax, there will no longer be a need to file your taxes with year after year, as it would work in the exact same way that the state sales tax does. Retailers simply collect the tax and send it to the state's taxing authority. These revenues would go from the state to the United States Treasury. No more TurboTax. Sorry, Tim Geithner. Worried about the cost of goods being impacted by the fair tax? No reason to be. Consider that corporate, income, and payroll taxes are built into the current cost of goods and services. Now, subtract all these taxes, and that 23% doesn't seem so bad, does it? Prices will be based off labor costs and profitability, not punitive taxes meant to help inflate the size of government. Who supports the fair tax? To name a few: talk radio host Neil Bortz, Georgia Congressman John Linder, former governor of Arkansas and current Fox News personality Mike Huckabee, and yes, Herman Cain. If you want more information on the fair tax, please visit fairtax.org. If you'd like to volunteer your time to getting Herman Cain elected president, so we can make instituting the fair tax a reality, go to hermancain.com, realleader.com, or electcain.com. To donate, please visit hermancain.com or realleader.com. Thank you, and God bless. The preceding message is not approved by any candidate or candidates committee.